Good morning and welcome back to the Messy Cook. It's peach season, so I am going to be canning these peaches today in a medium syrup. These are Freestone peaches. You can get Clingstone, sorry, yes, these are Freestones. You can get Clingstone or Freestone, but for canning I would suggest getting a Freestone. There are other varieties, but basically whoever you get your peaches from, whatever farmer's market or farmer you get them from, ask them if these are the ones that are good for canning. The way you can tell the difference is because one, Freestones are a little bit firmer, and two, when you cut them in half, the stone inside will just pull away, whereas a Clingstone peach, which is a much softer fruit, those are the ones you want to eat. I mean, you can eat these too, but just for regular eating a peach, the stone kind of clings to the flesh inside. So I'm getting myself a system set up here this morning. So I've got all my peaches in here. I've got one bowl for, I'm going to score the bottom of these, put them in here, and then I'm going to have an ice water bath here ready. And then over here right now I have a pot of water on, coming up to a boil. That's going to be for blanching. So basically we're going to score these peaches, and I'll show you that process. We'll score them, get them in, and then we're going to put them in an ice water bath. So we'll come back when I get to that point. All right, so basically I've got my peach here. I want to take off this stem. Just going to throw it back in. You can get it off. And then what I want to do is I want to just cut literally an X into the flesh in the bottom. So I'm going to do this, do the X again, and what we want to do is we're blanching. Remember, take that little stem out as well. So to blanch basically means you're not cooking them. You're going to put them in for 30 to 60 seconds. These ones I find I have to do about 60 seconds only because they are a little bit firmer. And then we're going to submerge them in the boiling water for about 60 seconds. We're going to take them out, put them in an ice bath, so lots and lots of ice with some cold water. We're going to submerge them in that, and what that does is stop the cooking process so our peaches don't get mushy. And then we're going to peel them. So I'm going to continue to get a bowl full of these, and then we're going to come back. Okay, so I'm going to try to get this going the way I need to. I've got myself a whole little system set up here. So I've got water that is just basically simmering there. I just need something that's really hot. My peaches here at the back, and my ice water bath. So lots of ice. You can see this is probably half ice, half water. So I'm going to take a peach, and I'm going to try to do this camera work as best as I can. And I've cut the end, so I'm going to just plop 3 or 4 peaches in there. Maybe 5. There we go. I'll put 5 in. And I want to leave those. You can see them here in the water, just kind of floating around. And we're going to count about 30 seconds. And what we're looking for is the skins where the cut is to peel back a little bit. Now these are pretty ripe. They're not soft, and that's what we want. We want something, like I said, like the Freestone is a much firmer peach, which is nice because that's going to hold up when we put them in the water bath to process at the end, which we'll get to that point obviously a little later on. So that should be maybe another, I'm going to leave them for another few seconds. And what we'll do is we're going to fish them out. I'll use this sort of strainer here, which is really good. It catches everything, especially if you're doing small items that you want to do. I'm going to take that out, submerge it. That should be good there. I'm going to take them, I'm going to submerge them right underneath the water. So I don't want to do too many at a time. So I'm just going to do 5 for now. I'm going to pop that there, and we're going to come back. Well, I'll set us back at the counter here, and I'm going to show you, sorry about the camera work here, I'm going to show you what we're looking for. So I'm going to get my coffee out of the way here. So I have another pot here. This is going to be my pot that I'm going to end up putting them in once it's done. So let me just get in here and take a peach off here. Now, that split, drip all over the place. You can see that it slid a little bit more from the end. You want to take that and literally peel the skin off. Now this probably could have gone a little bit longer, maybe another few seconds, but that's okay. We can get it off. So we're just looking to peel all of this skin off, and putting that little X on the top helps you grab it. The more ripe they are, the quicker the skin will come off. It'll literally slide off with your fingers. Sometimes though with Freestones, depending where you get them from. A couple of years back I did peaches, probably about 3 or 4 years ago, and believe it or not, I'm actually just on my last jar now. I had to peel them with a peeler because they were ready to go, but they were quite large, and I just had a very difficult time getting the skins off. So hopefully that helps. So we're going to try another one here. There we go. Get that off. And then I'm just going to, there we go. So that's up. We're going to just peel off. Hopefully I'm not out of camera range here. You can see I use the edge of a knife because it's easier just to kind of grab the skin and peel and peel and peel. So I have a massive pile of these to do. So this kind of gives you the idea. I've got a bushel of these. I'm going to be doing them in 500 ml jars. And I'm just going to continue on with this. When I get to the next stage, we're going to come back and I'm going to show you how I cut them. You can cut them whatever way you want. I like to do them in slices. Some people like to have them or quarter them. It's a personal preference for whatever you want to do. So hopefully that helps. That basically takes it off. You have a couple ones that are bruised. You can get rid of the bruised spots or just gobble them up. They're fine. So this is basically what you're looking for. So I'm just going to continue on with these and we'll come back at my next step. Okay, so I just want to show you something because what I'm doing here is I'm peeling peeling all the skins off these peaches. Now a couple of them are a little bit tougher, so if you can't get it off after you've blanched them and shocked them, honestly I just use a bit of a peeler. Sometimes it'll help get it started a little bit better, and if not, you know what, that's okay. So literally just pull and peel with a vegetable peeler, just like you're peeling an apple or a carrot or a potato. You can do that and it'll get it for the most part started, and you can usually pull the rest off. You're not really losing much of the peach by doing that. You're just kind of skimming it very lightly along the top just to get all of that skin off, and your peach still turns out quite pretty. Pretty doesn't matter because it's just we want to eat them, but we still want them to look nice so we get nice uniform slices and they're not all chunked up. So that's, you can see that's not much different than the ones we just peeled off. So that's what we're looking for. So if you do, like I said, have a difficult time getting some of that skin off, just use your peeler and peel it off and you're all set. So I'm just going to continue on with these, but I wanted to show you if you do come across that, that's what you need to do. Okay, so I finally have all of these peels. This is 1 bushel. I've got two great big pots here. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to get these sliced, and for myself, because I'm doing so many, I have to weigh them out. So we'll do that. So these all came out really beautifully, as you can see here. Most of them slipped off. There was a couple I had to peel, but that's fine. So what I want to do, like I said, you can cut them whatever size you want. They are slippery, so be careful. You can always put a clean cloth or napkin or something in your hand to hold them. So I'm going to do them that way, and well, maybe not. I'm going to cut these basically to the size that I want there, and I'm going to do them in probably 8. So I'm taking my knife, and you can see it's just going to pull away and pull off with the knife. There you go, and away, etc. So you're going to get slices. Get the slices the size that you want, and just pull them off. So I'm going to continue. Hopefully you can see that, and these popped right off. So this is what we're looking at here. I like to do mine, well, maybe a little over 1 centimeter wide. So again, I go around the top. Hopefully you can see that well. Go around. Once you get back to the top, you're going to go from the bottom and just lift with your knife. It off. Go a little bigger, that's okay. Doesn't matter if they're big or small. Each side, if you do about a quarter of each side is probably a good size. Again, pop off, half, pop off, cut that one in half. You can hold it by the pit, and there you go. So I'm going to continue with these. There will be some juice in the bottom. Keep the juice. I'm going to add that into the syrup when I make it. So I'm just going to continue on with these. And I'm going to weigh them all out, and I'll show you when I get to that point. Okay, so I've got a bundle of these peeled and sliced up, and I have a dozen. I'm just going to do 500 ml jars. It's just me and my husband, and honestly, I don't want to do liter jars. I might do a couple at the end if I don't have enough of my 500 ml jars. But my idea is basically, I'm going to use my hands because they're clean. My idea here is, you know, with just two of us, it's just too much. So I'm going to fill these jars up right now, and I still have more to continue to cut, but I don't want them going brown either, and I don't want to have to add a bunch of lemon juice. So all I'm going to do is just fill these up. There we go. I'm going to shake down a little bit, and what I want to do, I'm going to press down just a little bit. I don't want to press down and smush them because they are pretty fresh. But I'm going to fill these to about the bottom line here. So it's going to give it about 1 inch of head space. So I'm going to fill all of these up, and then I'm just going to cover them with plastic wrap because I have yet to make the medium syrup that I'm going to put in them. So I'll continue to fill these. I'm going to continue to slice the rest of my peaches, and yeah, we'll come back when I get them all done. Welcome back. So I have, I'm still working on the peaches, but I want to get the syrup started. So I'm going to do 4 recipes of the syrup. I'm doing a medium syrup, and I'm just going to use the same pot that had the peaches in. You'll see there's some juice in there. Oh, and a few peaches, actually. I get those other peaches out. So I'm going to put 4 recipes for medium syrup. Let me grab those peaches out, and yes, my hands are clean. Thought I had them all out of there. 4 recipes is 20 cups of water. So I'm going to put 20 cups of water in here. And this measure is an 8-cup measure. So we're going to get that water in. All right, so I've got 20 cups of water in there with a little bit of juice from the peaches. And I'm going to add in, let me see, this has to be 13 cups of sugar. So that's 2 there, and I'm going to continue with that. And I'll come back when it's all in. All right, so I'm out at the barbecue. Ooh, got my sideburner on here. I'm gonna get that here. Give this a good stir. What we want to do is get the sugar dissolved, and it's going to turn into a medium syrup. And I'll show you if you don't want to do that sweet, there are lighter syrups and whatnot you can do. So I've got that stirring up. I'm going to leave that for a short bit. Set that on the top of my barbecue. I'll show you what it looks like at the moment. That's it right now. Like I said, it's a little off color because I left the peach juice in there, but that's okay. We don't want to lose any of that flavor. So I'm going to let this get to a liquid, and we'll come back at the point where we're going to add that to the peaches and get them in the canner. I'm going to show you the syrups here. So this is for fruit and syrup. So you can use different, you could do ultralight, extra light, light, medium, which is what I'm doing, heavy. You can also use corn syrup or honey. It's all up to you. So it gives you the sugar amount here that you want to do, and the water amount here, and this is how much your yield's going to be. So each yield or each recipe of syrup does 1 recipe of the peaches and syrup. So this is my peaches recipe here. This is from the Bernardin book. So if you go online, I'll see if I can find the link to peaches and syrup, and this will give you all the instructions. So 8 to 12 pounds of peaches to 1 recipe of the syrup. And like I said, we're using a medium. And now there's a raw pack method and a hot pack method. This lighting isn't here, great in here. I'm so sorry about that. We're doing the raw pack method. So I will come back again, like I said, when the syrup's ready to go into the jars, and we'll go from there. Right, so I'm all set up. The syrup here is boiled. And again, I'm doing a medium syrup, but you can do whatever you like. We have a couple of things I want to make sure I have. I'm going to have the chopstick to debubble. I have a small, a small little bowl with some vinegar, a clean cloth, so I can use it to wipe the rims. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to fill up these jars of peaches and just show you exactly what we're looking for in the way of height. There we go. Or not, I shouldn't say height, but basically how much headspace we want on them. And I'm going to do actually is to take these out so it's a little easier for you to see. Roll this over, let's fill it in. I'll do just a few jars so you can see a little better here and keep them in the case for when I take them outside. Sorry, should have had myself a little more organized there. So what I want to do is I want to fill up to the bottom rim. The same thing on these ones. I'm going to show you what I'm going to do from there. So right now I have almost 40 jars of peaches. These are 500 ml jars, and this is I think total I'm going to have 40, and that's 1 bushel of peaches. So we're going to fill that up to the rim, and I'll show you. I'll try to do a little bit of a zoom in here. What we want to do is we want to debubble. I've shown you this on all of our videos, and we want to continue to debubble. So basically you're going to take a chopstick or a debubbler, whatever works best for you. You're going to push down the side, each side. You don't want to pierce the peaches or whatever product you're doing. This works for peaches or pears, whatever. What you're looking to do is get the air bubbles out, which is, you're going to see here, is brought the level down. See, once I've gotten those out, it's brought the level down here. We want that back up there. So this is an important step because you want your fruit to be covered in the syrup. Otherwise, it's just going to be brown. Still edible, but it's going to be brown and yucky. So you want to do that, give it a little wiggle around, go through the middle, push it down, and one more. So what I'll do is I'll top these back up. There we go. You can see those bubbles popping up there. Okay, so we're going to push that down a little bit. I'm going to add a tiny bit more of this just to bring it up. I'll get a close-up shot and show you where we want this to be. You want a 1/2 inch head space is what you're looking for, and that basically should be just enough to cover all that fruit. So I'm going to leave that there. Now I'm going to take a clean cloth. Any clean rag will do. It doesn't have to be wet, and I'm going to wet it with the vinegar, and I'm going to wipe around the edges. Again, you don't want any barrier to stop the seal from happening. So you wipe around the edge. You want any sticky stuff off of there, any things. This is also a good way to feel if perchance there's a chip in the jar you might have missed when you were washing and cleaning them up. And the last one here. So we're just going to wipe around. This also, you want to clean this outer edge as well. And you can see just by wiping that, I actually got a little bit off the jar. So that's what you're looking for. I'm going to take move my lids over here and sterilize these already. So I'm going to center them on, finger tight. So I'm going to continue with all of these. I'm going to get enough done to fill one of my canners, and I'll bring you back to the step where we're doing that outside today. And my husband, oops, looks like it might have a crack in it. I'm going to get rid of that one. I don't like the looks of it. It has a little mark on the top. I'll show you that. If you look here, see if you can see this. I don't think, right here, there's like kind of like a little mark. It looks almost like a scratch. It's not a scratch, but and it's, yeah, there's a little line here on the inside. Do you see that? I'm going to throw that lid. It is a Bernardin, which are generally good lids, but it looks like it might have gotten dented or something. I don't want to use that lid. I'll just recycle it because I think what's going to happen is it's not going to hold and it could explode, or if it doesn't explode, it's just going to give me a bad product. It's going to rust through and ruin what I put inside. So I'm going to continue filling all of these. You'll see I've got a bundle there. I also have these ones here. So I'm going to fill all of these, and we're going to get them in the canner. Knob when you hit record. All right, so my husband bought me this amazing cooker. So now I can keep the heat outside the kitchen. So thank you, honey. And I've got my peaches to go in. So we're going to put these in here. A little balancing act on this one. I'm just going to bring them over. Randy's going to continue to film for me. And I'm going to get these all in and lower them down.
No.
Okay, so I got these on the rack, and I'm going to lower them into the water here. Just quite heavy, so I just want to get that down and in. And, whoop, well, I'm going to leave that there because I dipped my towel. So, sorry about the noise there. So you can see these are actually covered already in water, so I'm going to bring these to a boil. And once they come to a boil for pint jars, we need to put them for 20 minutes at a full boil. So I'm going to continue that. When it comes to a boil, I'll do it for 20 minutes and I'll come back when we're taking them out. So this has been on for 20 minutes. So they're done. So I'm just going to tilt that a tiny bit and get a bit of that water off. And right now, so for 9 jars, this one here, I have 18 jars in there. This is a double one. I'm using my Presto canner pressure cooker for that one. And yeah, I can fit 18 jars in there. So I'm going to take these out. We're going to let them cool, and that's it. What we want to do is make sure all those little lids on the top pop down. And once that's done, that's it. They're sealed and good for 2, 3, 4 years, or however long it takes you to eat them. So thanks for joining me. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope you try them. If you have any questions, just pop them in there and I will do my best to answer. If there's anything else you'd like to see, let me know. Don't forget to subscribe and hit the subscription button, and when something else comes up, you'll get it, the video. Have a great day and enjoy your summer, guys.